I feel really proud to work for an organisation that does take so much direction from women on the lands. It's really a grassroots approach, it's really community focused.
It is really an amazing place to work. If you show that you are serious about working out here and working proper way for Anangu, they're very embracing. They will help you to see things you couldn't imagine to see, and also to support them to live the life they want to live is great.
It takes up time to earn that trust and build a relationship with people in the community, getting to know everybody and getting to know who you're working with, and follow by their rules and respect the community and respect what Arnold was saying.
Living out here, the people are extremely welcoming and friendly, and you create amazing relationships. But also you get to discover an amazing part of the world. Central Desert's got amazing landscape and country to discover. And the kids are just beautiful. They're really a delight to work with.
It's like going to a different country on a regular basis where you don't speak the language, you don't really understand the culture in any depth. You have to make your way.
It's quite a culture shock, If you're a little bit of a germaphobe, this might not be the place for you. The sand, the dust, the dirt, it gets in, you can't stop it.
There's a practical resilience that you need to deal with the heat and the flies and the cheeky camp dogs, and with your planning when you're going, you need a spontaneity and a resilience to be able to arrive in community and work with just whoever's there on the day.
Learning to be resourceful and self-sufficient is a great skill, and be able to make do with what you have. So your job description might be a certain few 10 points, but you definitely end up doing all sorts of things that you may have never contemplated doing. But that's what makes life on community really interesting.
Just knowing what things help you relax and making sure that you stock up on those things.
You have to be quite creative, I think, with how you use your free time and look after yourself.
We don't expect you to know what to do right away and all of the time. And so it's really important to always ask questions from your peers, from your supervisors, from key community members. And if you're not sure, just slow down.
Always keep your expectations reasonable. We're not trying to change the world, we're trying to understand. And the most important thing is to slow down, to wind down the clock, so it's not about what can I achieve as how can I be here. People's pace is slower, and we actually have to come back to that pace. You can't be walking 10 paces ahead of your client, you have to be with them.
Sit down, talk story with Arnangus, not just walking past. Be like Arnangu if you're gonna work with Arnangus.
You need to arrive in community with a willingness to listen and to be still, because the most important thing is that you build a relationship with the community, and that takes time, and you need to be ready to be there for that time, not feeling like you've got to be superhuman. That's really an important part of not having that burnout when you're in such a remote place and you're on your own.
Life doesn't move as fast. Things take time, you have to be patient. It might take 6 months before you even feel like you've started doing your job. You really need to journey with people to build strong relationships, to be effective, to be able to actually properly give something of yourself to community and to get something back, like a real exchange. I'm only just starting to actually build some what I would call friendships here in community after nearly 8 months. And I think it's come down mostly to the fact that they need to know that they can trust me.
The staff comes in from the cities, into community. Really need to let the community know that they're coming in, going to the community meeting, coming in and saying hello, and just to introduce themselves, what they're here for and who they are.
Oh, the best part of the job is when you get those moments with young people and you're like, oh yes, finally a breakthrough. We've got that relationship, and it might just be a young person looking at you and running up and being like, Helen, and then you're like, yeah, I'm in. Those are the golden moments when you feel like, yes, we're getting somewhere.
Come, absolutely. Hesitate if you like, but come, because it's an extraordinary opportunity. And almost without exception, people leave with a good deal of reluctance, they have loved their time. They've treasured their time here, cherished it, and learnt a great deal about themselves, about their country.
It's a wonderful job. It's hard and it's wonderful and it's tiring and it's exhilarating. It's everything you could imagine.
All of the really hard stuff that we deal with, you know, the troubles and the hardship of the life of the people here, sits alongside all of that beauty. And it doesn't balance it, but it does make it worth it.